I work with the preschool population, and those kids are between the ages of 2 and 5 years old. And I was talking to a parent the other day who had specific concerns about her child being a late talker. And she said that she was concerned that he wasn't talking enough at the age of 4. And she was kind of shocked when I asked this specific question: does he have a lot of ear infections? And what I realized is that many people don't know the connection between a lot of ear infections and language development. So let's talk about that today. What's up, guys? My name is Destiny and I'm a licensed speech language pathologist, which is also known as an SLP. So today we're going to be talking about how ear infections relate to language development. So let's briefly just talk about the anatomy of the ear and how it relates to normal hearing. There are different parts that make up the ear overall and that contribute to hearing. The first part is the outer ear, and that is essentially this part here, and that's called the pinna or the auricle. And then another part of the outer ear is the ear canal that we can kind of start to see. And at the end of the ear canal is the tympanic membrane, also known as the eardrum. On the other side of the eardrum is the middle ear, which is a tiny air-filled pocket that has 3 tiny little bones. The first one is attached to the eardrum, and these bones move when sound vibrates the eardrum, and they serve as a connector to the inner ear. Now, the inner ear is pretty complicated and it's not the focus of this video, so I'm just going to simplify it as much as I can. The inner ear has something called the cochlea. Cochlea's job is to translate the movement from the bones of the middle ear into actual electrical signals that goes to the brain and tells us what we're hearing. Now, there are a bunch of different infections that can occur. For the sake of this video, let's focus in on the middle ear. The middle ear is where most ear infections occur for children in the age group that I work with and children that are developing language. What typically happens with a middle ear infection is that fluid builds up in that cavity. Now, it's usually clear that the fluid is infected if it's like cloudy or pus-like, but you can have fluid in the ear without an actual infection. Either way, it is going to impact the quality of the sound that the child is hearing. Now, why is that important? Audiologists have described fluid in the ears as sounding literally like you're underwater. So let's do a thought experiment. Imagine you're underwater and someone is calling you above the water. What does it sound like? That is what those kids are typically hearing. Now, if the child has one ear infection and then it clears up, great. They may have had a little bit of time where they weren't hearing great. But let's think about a child who has multiple ear infections. Let's say 3, 4, 5 in the year. There's an extended amount of time where there's fluid in their ear and they're hearing essentially underwater. That means that they're not getting quality sound input. That means that they're not getting quality speech input. That means that they're probably not hearing all of the language that they really need to hear to be able to output that language and show us what they know. I always tell the parents, if you can't hear the words, you're not going to say the words. It's pretty simple. What you put in is what you're going to get out. So my recommendation, whether you're a provider, a clinician, a teacher, or the actual parent, is to rule out hearing and ear infections as a cause for that language delay. Now, fluid in the ears without an actual ear infection is definitely the case and happens more often than we think. So let's go over some of the things that you can kind of look out for. Is your child responding to their name when you call them? Are they responding to noises in the environment? So if you drop something, do they turn to show that they've heard it? Are they attending to sound overall? Are they listening when conversations are happening? Are they attending to TV? Are they listening to the radio? Do they show signs that they are hearing you correctly? Also, if they are speaking, look out for the quality of their speech sounds. Does it sound clear to you, or does it sound like they're cutting off parts of words? Are they distorting or replacing certain parts of the word? Look out for the overall quality, because that could be an indicator of the quality of sound that's coming in. Again, what you put in is what you're going to get out. As always, thanks for watching this video. Definitely subscribe if you like my content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.